It's so amazing that I expected October for the time of the year for everything to start cooling down, especially in this part of the world, and then immediately we're hit with just another heat wave, which means it's going to be in the hundreds all week, or around the 38 if you're not American. I envy you. I really do. But other than that, other than keeping cool from the sweltering hot weather, I know we're in the middle of autumn of all times. Welcome back. It's good to see you. There we go. Right off the bat this time. And also right into the actual drawing, the actual sketch done and everything, just so that we could skip the boring part. And speaking of October, I just realized that now that I have this full-on drawing tablet and that I've been getting serious about this whole thing, I've been thinking about possibly participating in the whole Inktober deal. I feel like that would be fun, especially since I've already been keeping up with drawing every day since I've been getting serious about it ever since December last year. Whether that's digitally or in a physical sketchbook that I carry around. Which, granted, I don't draw as much in there, but I have been getting pretty crazy with it digitally. And what we're doing for today is just another drawing of my guy, the VTuber upgrade concept that I'd like to try eventually, except in wearing actual clothes this time. It's funny when I say it out loud. Clothes that are heavily inspired by a character, the character that belongs to Blue Biscuits named Hesper. You might have heard of him before, and you might have heard of the artist before. She's really cool, and you should definitely check her out. If I was able to upload pictures onto OBS, then I would show a reference of him, but OBS is being weird today. So where I last left off in this was taking care of the sketch for the legs. The sketch for everything else is already done. Well, mostly done. But the legs are probably, honestly, the most time-consuming, most tedious part of drawing this character. Before I do anything else, I need to start. Name your layers. Even if you don't feel like it, just do it. You'll thank yourself later. Another annoying thing about drawing the spider legs is just keeping a consistent size throughout, which is never easy, and also has never been consistent. But then again, who cares, honestly? The stream is already off to a very, very mellow start. That's perfectly fine by me, honestly. Because today is just a good day to chill and do nothing. Don't have to worry about school or work. At least not anymore for the rest of the day. Because everything regarding those have been said and done already. Oh yeah, I just remembered. That's one of the biggest things that I wanted to share from last time, and that's the completed piece from the last stream. Can't believe I completely glossed over that. But during the last stream was for a birthday gift for my brother of his first Code Vein character. The same character that he used to beat his first Souls game before I did, which I'm still about 1% bitter about, but this honestly makes up for it. The fact that I was able to draw this for him, and that he was happy with it. I think as far as we got last time was just with... there weren't any finer details, just coloring and line art, and that's about it. Not even the couch colors or anything were in there. I might just consider uploading this as a short, the time lapse of it at least, maybe. Maybe I should start doing that with some of the other drawings that I've done, because up until I think maybe halfway through this year I started actually remembering to save the time lapses for things. And I feel like this one would be a good one to upload. Oh yeah, and of course to my friends, to the goobers that were in the Discord call, their own personal Discord call last time, the burger is still here, of course. I didn't present that part to my brother, but still. As long as he remains here, he will remain in our hearts. Alright, but now that that's been said and done, now it's time to get to the next drawing of the week. Unless I'm doing Inktober, unless I'm participating in Inktober, then it's gonna have to be the next part, or the next drawing of the day, which is something that I'm gonna have to think about. Just occurred to me too that I'm drawing the sketch for the legs here, so I'm gonna have to redraw all these, which is gonna be annoying. But oh well. You can't rush art, as a certain computer animated movie character would tell you. A long time ago. That movie's probably older than I am, honestly. These are probably, honestly, the okayest hands I've drawn at this point. In my currently first year of drawing, I guess you could say. Best hands that I've drawn, at least without a reference. Because to me, these look pretty okay. Like I said before, the consistency of the leg size is a bit of a nightmare to keep track of. But also, who cares sometimes? I also want to bring up the fact that I guess I'm doing streams every Wednesdays now, because that's been the pattern that I've been most able to keep up with at this point. So I might make a community post saying that that's going to be the norm from now on, and hopefully that'll also inspire me to actually work on a certain video that I've had planned out for a while. That's another thing. I'm gonna say it again. I've said this multiple times in the past 2 streams. I need to find the balance between doing live streams and doing actual videos. Alright, I think it's fair to say at this point, the fun part is done. Now for the still somewhat fun, but not nearly as fun part. And that's the dreaded lining layer. I can also get rid of the frame there. will never ever be another composer like C418. But honestly, this music is the next best thing. And I just realized that Spotify was not displaying the right thing the whole time. Oops. Pains of being a right-handed artist. Interestingly, my older brother, my oldest brother, is left-handed, and he's used a drawing tablet before, but he's not using it nearly as much as I was at the time. And I definitely think he should go for it. Because there's just something about being left-handed that immediately increases your calligraphy skills and artistic skills. Guess who's back? Back again. I don't know the rest of the lyrics because I never actually heard the rest of that song. But I do know that it is, in fact, a song that exists. One of the songs of all time, if you will. Welcome back, by the way. Good to see you. When the Saints go marching in, I'll have to keep a note of that. Hello, Hacksaw, once again. Your name sounds like a certain other YouTuber who does a lot of ADHD editing. Hello, Ebony, once again. And thank you for sharing that information. So I've decided that since this has just become a thing nowadays, I think I'm gonna do one of these kind of streams just every Wednesday, because that seems to be the pattern that I've adopted at this point, and I might even make a community post about it. Just letting all the people insane enough to actually ring the bell on this channel to know that that's what I'm going to be up to. Did my brother like the last drawing? Yes, he was absolutely blown away by it. And in fact, I probably should have actually posted the final thing when in a community post when it was finished. Because where I last left off, we did the lining and the coloring, and that was it. But here's the actual finished drawing and everything. And I gotta say, yeah, he was happy with it, and I'm also very happy with it. Thank you. Yeah, where we last left off, it was just... we didn't even take care of the shading or any of the finer details or anything, or even the background. Oh, and most importantly, the burger is still here. At the very top of the layer, where he belongs. In honor of the insanity that happened in the last stream. The burger will never leave. And when he does, it's just that he's invisible. And I do also have a time-lapse for this, which I did consider maybe uploading as a YouTube short. I think that would be fun. And maybe just other time-lapses in general, because this isn't the only drawing that I've done. Might just start doing that if I want to take the channel in that direction. Which, I mean, with the way that I've been consistent with it so far, that might just be the case. But, yeah. Here's the finished drawing, and thanks to everyone who tuned in for at least the first half of its creation. But for today... actually, I'm going to keep this open in case I want to go back to it. But for today, I'm working on this, which is just going to be basically the my VTuber concept upgrade spider guy again, except actually wearing decent clothes. Clothes that are inspired by a character named Hesper, who's created by Blue Biscuits, who's an artist that you should definitely check out. I highly recommend her. She's very cool, and also very inspirational, and probably wouldn't have gone as crazy with the drawing if it weren't for her, amongst many other artists. This Hesper character of hers also reminds me of Asterion from Baldur's Gate 3, except that she created the character before Baldur's Gate 3 even came out. So, you know. Draw FBI from Alien Hominid. Let's see if I can do that from memory. I never played Alien Hominid, I only played Castle Crashers, but... I am very familiar with the Behemoth's art style. This guy just looks like a Roblox character. I hope that's good enough. That's gonna be on the canvas forever now. That's gonna be on the same layer as the lining layer. I also hope the music isn't too loud. I'm just gonna turn it down a tiny bit. could already imagine the many comparisons to that one Undertale character that you brought up with this guy. This part requires the utmost focus. I did mention earlier as well, there will never ever be another composer like C418. But holy crud, this more recent Minecraft music is the next best thing. You should draw a high from the Incredibox mustard mix. I'm going to have to Google that, because I have no idea what that is off the top of my head. Alright, let's see if I can replicate these hands. It involves doing as many squats as you can before you completely lose track of them. And at that point you do, like, you start over again and then you lose track of them again for a second time. And then you just keep doing that until you get tired. That's the secret to this guy's legs. Yes. Speaking of C418, can you do a Balkan stare? Can you stare at the screen? Okay, I'll do that. All I have to do this is just close the cover on my webcam, and then VC Face just defaults to the idle animation. You know what? I'm gonna screenshot that and I'm gonna throw that into the blackmail folder so that a few months down the line, whenever you're beating me in an argument, I just have to bring that up, and then suddenly I'll have a very, very compelling point over you. Just saying. By typing those things out in chat and then pressing enter, you have contractually obligated yourself to be blackmailed by everybody involved. Can I zoom out real quick? Sure thing. There's the alien hominid FBI guy. I hope that was long enough of a zoom out. It's really good so far, thank you. I also remembered I wanted to bring up another thing. Since it's October now, and I've been getting serious about drawing so far, I figured maybe I should consider participating in the whole Inktober thing. Because at the rate at which I've been drawing so far at the start of the year, it's been one full-on drawing or illustration that's completed and everything about once a week. Once a day, on the other hand, sounds like it might be a bit painful, but also sounds like a pretty fun challenge. So, the only thing I did yesterday, though, related to art and stuff, was just working on the sketch layer for this. Because I was thinking about doing another stream today, just to keep the whole streams on Wednesdays pattern going. Because I might as well keep up with that. You ever have one of those moments where you finish a really big project, whether that's a drawing or some kind of arts and craft project or whatever, and then immediately the day after your brain is just then just can't seem to replicate that again? That's how I felt after completing the last drawing, but thankfully that that period has ended. And also, thankfully, it doesn't actually last very long, but it is something you have to deal with every once in a while. How much chicken if you were to eat would you eat if you were at an all-you-can-eat buffet? That's a good question. If I were at an all-you-can-eat buffet, I would immediately go for whatever mac and cheese they had, because mac and cheese is my favorite food. Is my favorite dish, at least. My favorite processed food, I guess you could say. My favorite food in general, I guess, would probably be just eggs, but my favorite dish would be mac and cheese. So take as much mac and cheese as I could muster before I would think about going for the chicken. Maybe even putting the chicken in the mac and cheese, because that's not a bad combo either. Alright, now for the fun part. I've honestly been wondering that myself, wondering exactly what the meaning behind the word ethos is, and why it's being repeated over and over again like a broken record tape. Oh wait, it's gonna be one of those kind of jokes, isn't it? One of those mind goblin kind of jokes, isn't it? And I just walked into it. Study anatomy. I've been telling myself over and over again that's something I should do eventually, whether that be on YouTube or full-on reading a book. Because my local Barnes & Noble, which is my local bookstore, has a whole lot, just a wealth of anatomy books to read through. Some of which do also include cartoony styles, which is the one that I've been adopting mostly. But studying anatomy is definitely a good move in the future. Whether that's going on YouTube and looking up Mark Brunette or whoever. Or maybe full on reading a book. An anatomy book. I still do have a $5 manga drawing book that I adapted the whole, using this figure as a sketch as. So if I'm still using tips and tricks from that book, then might as well see if I can get more from another one. Don't worry, I didn't take Ebony's comment about anatomy and to be insulting or anything. I took it as a, yeah, that's actually pretty good advice. Because it is. When you're just starting out, you've got to have a open mind to criticism too. You shouldn't shun out the things that people have to say just because you don't agree with them. Same can be said about a lot of things in life, honestly. The leg should be under the line, not on the side. Yeah, these are definitely not the most perfect legs, honestly. And they're certainly the more exaggerated variety. But I'm kind of going off of... At the moment, I'm kind of going off of what I've drawn before as a reference, and... hang on. There's something I'm missing here, and it's probably bad that I can't fathom what it is. Now, I know that I did call I called the stream, the last time's stream, when I finished the lighting and finished the lining and did a bit of the coloring, but I fully intend to actually full-on finish this drawing by the time that this stream is done. I've also been thinking or considering about maybe streaming another game sometime, but not on a Wednesday. Wednesdays are going to be reserved for drawing and stuff, for art streams. It sucks that OBS just doesn't refresh things sometimes. But I mean, you get what you pay for. And since OBS is free, you know. Right, the little FBI guy is still there. I'm actually a bit curious. I'm gonna look up how close I was to the alien hominid FBI character. And not far off, honestly. Except they have infinitely bigger foreheads, and also their body doesn't look too much like a Roblox character. They look more like Kingpin from Spider-Man. That's what I was thinking of. Oh, hello, Jessica. Welcome in, and thank you. And OBS is not refreshing the chat for whatever reason again. There we go. Every single time that Clip Studio Paint freezes up for half a second, is this asking for me to save? Alright, now for the actual fun part. And it involves many, many colors. Actually, not that many. Not as many as the last drawing, at the very least. There are way too many white-haired individuals on my screen right now. is the one that I'm drawing. There's the my VTuber avatar. There's the reference of the character with the outfit that I'm referencing. And then there's a second reference of just this guy again. The shading on the shirt is probably going to be a nightmare. That's gonna fill the whole canvas. Yeah, saw that coming. Every single friggin' time. There we go. Not gonna worry about the legs or the... well, not the legs, but the shoes. Not like I usually do anyway. Wait, why did I put that in the... oh, no, wait, no. That was fine. That was completely correct. This part's always fun. I say in a slightly sarcastic tone. I actually kind of forgot this guy was here for a second. Alright, now that's out of the way. Now for the actual fun part, that involves colors. Which is also the part that's probably going to take like an hour or so. Hopefully, maybe within like the next 45 minutes or so. Just to hit that 2-hour mark. The same mark that every other stream has been making. Sorry to break the silence. Sorry to break like the 5-minute silence, but I just got actually pretty dizzy for a second. I think the heat is starting to get to me just a little. Because despite being October, it is, for whatever reason, over 100 degrees Fahrenheit outside. Which in Celsius is about 38 degrees, which is insane. I'm actually a little bit curious. I'm gonna deform quite a bit of the drawing for a bit, because I just want to know what this looks like. Maybe I should have gone for something like a bit like this instead. Because as it stands right now, it looks like he's just got a big old chin. So you know what, actually? Let's see if I can redo a bunch of my progress. Alright, here we go. This is gonna be quite the move, but I'm just curious how this is gonna look. I think I'll stick with that instead. Just need to fix everything else here. Oh crud. I think I was using the wrong shade of black for a lot of this lining the whole time. Oh well. Alright. This honestly is getting pretty close to done. I just have to figure out, first of all, actually finish the facial expression, because that's technically not even done yet. And then figure out the shading for all the legs, which usually just takes a while. Then maybe some of the other finer details, and then also the background, if I want to add one. And with about 20 minutes left on that time limit that I imposed on myself. If there are at all any fan noises that you hear, then sorry about that, but it is getting kind of stuffy in here. Okay, before I lose track on anything else, I'm gonna get started on the shading for the legs now. That's just part one, though. Grim Dawn is probably the most slept-on games. One of the most slept-on games. For its ambient soundtracks. And also it's just a slept-on game in general. Because we don't get a whole lot of Diablo clones that are actually pretty fun, and that includes some of the more later Diablo games. I wouldn't know exactly though. I haven't played them. I've only heard things. Alrighty. I think that might actually do it. About do it, unless I find some minuscule details that I want to keep trying to add. And then there is also the background as well. Alrighty. Everything is just about said and done except for the background. So how do I want to do this? Probably with just a regular old gradient. Actually, wait. First off, I should probably darken this a bit, see if there's any spots that I missed. And it doesn't look like it, thankfully. Wait, hang on. Just notice a few things. The pain of having a white-haired character and a white background. Okay, that should hopefully... There, that's a lot better. Alright, and with that, this is certainly a lot more progress that I made with well, definitely the first stream, and a little bit more than the second stream, because I actually managed to finish the piece this time around. And this could technically, in a way, go towards the whole Inktober thing that I brought up earlier. But that begs the question, what am I going to draw tomorrow? Maybe someone else's character, or a video game character, because I don't want to just keep drawing this guy over and over again. As fun as that would be, minus the legs, because the legs are kind of annoying. I also need to remind myself that this piece technically took 2 days, because I started on it yesterday, and then just finished it today. Resulting in, I think, maybe about 3 hours total, just to do this. I've certainly got a ways to go. But other than that, now that everything is said and done, I'm pretty happy with this. And this is going in the relatively short catalog of finished pieces of just this guy. Of this V2 mono upgrade concept that I'd like to try eventually. So what I usually do is just export the time-lapse. Export the time-lapse first, and then save it as a JPEG, and then crop out all the other stuff that's in the canvas, and then just upload it to wherever I feel like, which in this case is probably going to be... I have been thinking about using... using Instagram, maybe. I don't know yet. But I might upload this here on the channel as a community post, as well as maybe the time-lapse for the last drawing from the last stream as a short. I think that'd be fun. Alright, export, JPEG, boom. And that's just the alien hominid FBI is still there. Because, I mean, surely this guy would probably be some kind of alien. Let's just wait a sec before the stream ends. Just enjoy the music. Spotify, this is not Living Mice. This is not a C418 song, but it is the next best thing. But now that everything has been said and done, I think this is a good place to call the stream here. This has definitely been probably the most just mellow stream of them all. Most mellow, most serene, most quiet, I guess you could say. And honestly, that's perfectly okay. Okay by me, at least. because the stream rerun, the rerun of this would be good to fall asleep to. But then again, you could just check out my outdoors playlist on Spotify, which is what we've been listening to the whole time. But other than that, now that everything's said and done, I'm gonna call the stream here, and probably do some uploading of the time lapses later on the channel. So until next time, and I'll see everyone later. Have a good night.